Welcome guys to the Tone Show. Today we're going to be talking about season 7, episode 4. It's called Service. The name of the episode is Service, and the whole episode was about service. You saw when Negan showed up and he took Lucille and he took a swing at that walker and he just beat him down. And he's like, "Oh, I'm doing you a service. I'm doing you a favor." And then he makes Rick hold Lucille the whole episode. That was a mind trick. That was all about power. And Negan kept reminding Rick of what a great job he's doing for him and how lucky he is to have him on his side. And it was the whole episode. It was about service, but it was also about him showing Rick that he's there to service, that Rick is there to service Negan and whatever he wants. It's tense throughout the whole episode. So then we see that somewhere else that Michonne she's practicing and she's a terrible shot. There's a reason she carries around a sword, because she can't shoot for nothing. The irony is she can't shoot for nothing, but we were up in the air. We didn't know if she was gonna go hunting, if she was gonna go assassinate Negan. Turns out that her attempts of practicing assassinating Negan or taking a shot at someone, she actually ends up hunting. So look at how coincidental that was, and how that worked out for her somehow, right? So as the episode moved along, when we saw Rick dealing with Negan, you can just see the tension and the anger, and he was just holding that bat so hard his hand was getting just white from just holding the bat. Like his hand was just going clearly white, because you could just feel that he just hated this man. He just wanted to take a swing at him, but at the same time he knows that any action could cause anyone in his team or his group to die, so he was just holding back the whole episode. You saw when Daryl and Dwight showed up, it's like Daryl and Dwight, they're like mirror images of each other, like before and after. Like even when they were standing at the opening, when Negan arrived with the Saviors, they're standing next to each other like this. It's like they're parallels of each other, like where one is going. And it's a really weird relationship. Like Dwight's still trying to break Daryl in, and you can tell. Even the fact that he made Rosita and I forget what's his name go get the bike. You saw when they went to go get the bike, like what was that all about? That was all about Dwight showing Daryl, showing him a lesson and teaching him. So the whole episode was them just teaching him a lesson about the fact that they're in a place to service Negan now, and that's their place. Even at the end of the episode, it was so heartbreaking when Michonne, it's like she's about to take Rick's advice and she's gonna listen to what he says. Like, hey, this is how we have to play along. But when she found those mattresses, they burned the mattresses. They took their mattresses just to burn them, So it was all about breaking Team Rick's spirit and breaking their heart. The whole time I'm thinking, oh, they're taking the mattresses, because they're comfy. Nope, they're taking the mattresses to burn them. So that whole thing was just about teaching them a lesson and putting them in their place. Negan and everybody around him looks like they love playing mind games. Like that's their thing. So at the end, when Negan says, "Rick, you want me to leave?" and he says, "You just have to say those 2 words," and the 2 words are "thank you." So it's like he's putting Rick in the service industry and servicing Negan. So that was the whole episode. Like you just kept seeing these little subtle things about customer service and about making sure that you're treating me right and I'm getting what I want. So the whole episode was just echoing service. When the gun went missing, man, I thought she was done for. That lady who's doing inventory for them, I thought it was it. And that was pretty cool. That line he said, "You have a fat lady watching your food." That Negan is still ice cold, man. He's just a savage. What happens when Carol gets back and how she's gonna take it? Because Carol looks like she's put her guns away and she's really like to live a monk's life right now. So is this gonna be the thing that brings Carol back into the fray? I'm also looking forward to seeing what happens with Maggie when she arrives at the hilltop. Are they gonna just let her stay, or are they gonna try to kick her out? Is she gonna have some type of conflict with the leader at the hilltop? So we're gonna have to find out what happens there. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at the Kingdom and when King Ezekiel's actually gonna meet Rick. That's gonna be pretty cool. Definitely looking forward to next week's episode. These are just my thoughts of what happened on this week's episode. Definitely a lot of things happened that just kept me on edge. So looking forward to seeing what happens in the next episode. This is the Tone Show, and I'm out.